my little feisty cats. Good morning, my little pumpkin Pop-Tarts. How is everyone doing this wonderful morning? You know what? I'm trying to be like positive because, well, I need to like adjust because it has been like snowing and icing for the past few days, and I am not a huge fan. My dogs aren't a huge fan. They are like not wanting to go outside to go potty, and I'm just like, listen, I don't know what to tell y'all, but y'all gotta get out there. Y'all gotta go potty. Like that's how it is. It's just been a whole ordeal. All right, this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Carrington. If this is not your first time here, then hi, welcome back. If you enjoy shop my stashes, using up old products, if you enjoy hauls, if you enjoy testing brand new makeup, new to the market makeup, if you enjoy sprinkling in some true crime here and there, collabs, tons of other fun things, then definitely go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads. As well, if this is your 10th time, 100th time, 50th time, second time here, and you still have not yet hit that subscribe button, I absolutely invite you to do so. And let's go ahead and let's get into today's video. All right, in today's video, we're going to do a it's going to be a combination of what I'm putting in this month's Shop My Stash and using the products. So normally I do where I talk about the products I used last month, how much I used, what I didn't use. I'm going to like instead change it up for this year, see how much we like it more. Let me know your thoughts on this. But basically I'm not even going to mention the products I used last month because I'll either put those in favorites and fails or empties or whatever other videos that I do. So I'm just going to introduce the new products and we're going to use them together and talk about why they're in the Shop My Stash. So this month's theme is winter favorites. So I have went through my whole entire collection and picked out my favorites that I really do love for the winter time. So first of all, I have primed my eyelids with my matte Ulta Beauty eye primer. I love this primer. Okay, I'm using this up. It's granted I have like 3 or 4 backups because this is just like so good, but I am like down to here. This has been almost like every single Shop My Stash so far. So of course this is going in. For the palette, I started using this once last month for like a Christmas thing, and now I can't put it down. And it's the Glamlight X Michaela palette. This is such a good palette. Like it's so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of a look. Oh, first things first that I think I'm going to dip into, I'm gonna do a look that I kind of do often. So I'm first going to take the shade right here. This is the shade called Harley, and I'm just gonna coat that on my brush, and this is going to be kind of like one of my transition shades. So the thing with like this shade, and I'm super fair, is like it just takes a really long time to build up where you can see it. And I mean, even now, like I can barely see it, but I think it really does provide like a really good base. So I'm just going to focus on just really building that up. So you can barely really see that. I'm then going to move into the shade called How You Doing. So it's like the one, actually no, let's go in with Gemini. The one 2 over from that. Because I kind of want to do something a little bit different on the eyes. And I'm just going to focus that kind of like in the exact same area as before, just to help like intensify that color. In Harley to really create a really nice transition. So then I'm going to go into the shade, we're going to go into the shade Hot Cocoa over here and bring that just like slightly a little bit lower, because this is definitely like a really deep dark matte. And so we're just going to focus that lower down in the crease and just start diffusing and smoking that out. For the outer shade, I'm going to go into the shade right here called Willow. Yes, that's the shade I would like to go in with, and just start on like the outer portion and just work on building this up on the lash line and the outer corner. Okay, so then I prime my eyes with NYX Glitter Glue. I do this for any glitters, shimmers, metallics, foils, liquid shadows, whatever I'm going to put on. So of course that always goes over with me into my next shot, my stash. So then let's talk about, okay, so I'm going to go into like the outer corner portion, middle to outer corner in the shade Cookie. And we're just going to focus that on like the center to outer portion. Just pat that into the shade right here called What's Poppin'. And we're going to put that in like the very like center and marry it in the middle with the Cookie shade. That's all I'm going to do for the eyes for right now. So then I'm going to go ahead and prime the face. And first off, I'm going to start with the NYX the Marshmallow Primer. This stuff smells so good. It's so hydrating on the skin. I love this stuff so much, especially during like the winter. Like as you can tell, it really gave some like hydration to the skin. My skin is now nice and like glowy and dewy. Then for the pore filling primer, my all-time favorite is that of Tatcha, the Liquid Silk Canvas. This is so good. It's probably like, honestly, I don't really know if I need any other pore filling primers in like my collection. Because this one's just so good, and I would just continuously repurchase it. So then for foundation, I really want something that is nice and hydrating, and this is the L'Oreal Infallible foundation up to 24-hour fresh wear. It has some sunscreen in it. Mine is in the lightest shade that you can get, so I'm just gonna, there we go, one good sized pump out. And really like it smells kind of like how it says in the name, Infallible Fresh Wear. It smells nice and fresh. So then I'm going to take this sponge. This is not necessarily a favorite sponge. I've never used this. This is the Beauty Bakery eggs. I had bought these, I don't know, a few months ago, and I hadn't tried them out yet, and now I am. And I think I'm just like a beauty sponge, like I'm so picky because this is kind of still a little bit on that hard realm, and I just don't like hard sponges. Like my favorites are Elf and Lunar Beauty. Like those are my favorite. I haven't tried Laura Lee's, so I'm wondering how similar those are, but like Elf and Lunar Beauty are my top sponges. So concealer, we have the Too Faced Born This Way Multi Sculpting Concealer. It's a little bit yellow, but it blends out fine usually. Oh, okay, two things also that I forgot to even use, but are these. I do really like these. I don't use them all the time, but I do, now that I've used them and figured out how to use them, I do like having these in my Shop My Stash bags, just in case I need to cover anything up or I'm needing something a little bit more full glam. These help color correct, so you're not having to use like so much of like these products. I don't know. I just really like having it there in my collection. And I love how like the Too Faced Born This Way concealer just pounces like right out. Like it just beautifully. Then during the winter, I really like things that are hydrating because it is dry during the winter. I think we all know this. It's so dry. So I like to have things that are nice and hydrating, which are going to be like cream products. So I am going to go ahead and get started with a cream bronzer. I've got the e.l.f. cream bronzer in the shade, does this say? Tan Lines. So that's what this is. It's in the shade Tan Lines. And I'm going to coat my brush and then just start stippling it in. I don't need a ton. I can add more if like I'm just using creams, but for today I'm also going to use powder, so I can talk about like if I want like a powdered look or I need something more long lasting. because I'm working at like my 2 jobs or something, and creams just don't last near as long, like just creams, so don't last near as long as like powders, for me anyways. So I'm just working on stippling that in. All right, then I have the e.l.f. Putty Blush. This is in the shade Petey. These are so hard to read, like the shade names, like it's just so hard. It's just like a really nice, simple, like pink. So I'm just gonna get some on like the back of like my beauty sponge, and then just start to like stipple it in ever so slightly. So then if I wanted to like stick with the creams, I have this cream highlighter from Jaclyn Cosmetics. I love this so much. I think this is such a good cream highlighter. And then I'm going to take that on the back of my sponge as well and just start to like dab that in ever so slightly. I mean, just like that. It's so beautiful. Then I wanted to kind of add a couple of different powders. So the first powder that I'm going to add is going to be my Charlotte Tilbury. I've hit pan in this, which is like mind-boggling. But I like to like take this and really just focus this on my under eyes. I think this is so beautiful for the under eyes. And then for the most part, if I just wanted like a cream look, I would just leave it like this. Because I do want to do some powders, I'm going to take the e.l.f. Halo Glow setting powder. This is again just like a really nice like setting powder. Tap my brush in, tap off all the excess, and then just focus this around where I would be putting like my powder products, and do that for like each side of my face. Okay, so here's like the face for like the good part, the most part. And so now I'm going to move on to the powder products. So for powder anything, I'm going to be using this. I love this so much. I hit pan in this highlighter. This highlighter is so good. So I'm just going to take like the bronzer brush into that bronzer shade and just start to stipple it right on my cheeks. Warm things up. Kind of comes with like 2 blush options. I think I'm just going to mix it for like the sake of like this portion. Just, you know, kind of give it a little bit of something, and then focus it towards the back of my cheeks, and then just kind of like. So then we've got the Super Shock highlighter that I love, and I'm just gonna focus that right here and just like buff it out. Now let's go ahead and let's open up this palette again, and we're gonna start working on the lower lash line. So first things first, okay, so first things first, I'm going to combine these 2 shades for kind of more of that transition piece right underneath, and just smoke that out. Alright, and then we'll take that hot cocoa shade and then focus that a little bit like closer to the lash line, not as blown out. But this one is going to be that shade Willow, and just focus that right on the outer portion. So for eyeliner, my all-time favorite eyeliner is this from Beauty Bakery. It's the Lollipop liner. This is such an incredible liner. I used it like one time for whatever reason, and now I'm hooked. So for mascara, I have this is from Maybelline. It's the Falsies Lash Lift. I don't need a ton of this on my upper because I am going to put on lashes. I don't really know what lashes yet, just because I don't have like a favorite lash. So for brow products, I pulled out a new thing of the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in Taupe and the Wow Brow in Brunette. I love this brow combination. It's seriously like the best brow combination ever for at least my brows. Alright, so I am back with my brows done. I did throw on some lashes. I just doing the ones that were there from like last month's Salt My Stash. Like these are equally as good. Are they my favorite? I haven't worn lashes in such a long time. I don't really know that I have favorites. I've literally worn like 2 pairs of lashes this past year. So, can't really say. So, lip options. We have lots of lip colors to choose from. Yeah. And these. So, what I'm thinking I want to do is I want to take my Maybelline Superstay. Is that what they're called? Superstay? Maybelline something. Maybelline, yeah, Superstay. Okay. This is in the shade Hazelnut. This was from their like coffee collection. And let me get a little mirror. And this is going to be like my focus right here. Then I'm going to take in the center the shade Poet and just like lightly like tap that in the center. Like so. I just want it in the center. And then I put in a bunch of Lunar Beauty glosses, and I'm going to probably take the shade, let's do Starlight, and we're going to take the shade Starlight and just start Here is the completed look. Let me know what you guys think. These are definitely products that I am loving for the winter time. I definitely like something that is a little bit more hydrated and glowy, and I feel like I really did get this with this look. Let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know some of the products that you're probably loving in the winter months. What kind of products you gravitate towards? Do you go towards more mattifying? Do you go towards more dewy? But that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed, then definitely give this a thumbs up. Let me know if you're loving this style of Shop My Stash versus the 2 broken up videos. Let me know what you guys think of that down below. As well as, don't forget to give this a thumbs up. This lets me know, YouTube know that you enjoy this type of content. Don't forget to leave a comment. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Click the little bell so you're notified of all my future uploads. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!